If you follow me in here, basically we'll start with the walls, and then we'll do around the pan. So first thing you do is you just cut the tip, and you just want to start. You can see there's some little thicker areas in here, and so what I'll do is I just kind of squirt it in slowly. You want to really fill those holes up, so I'm going to kind of slow down here and let it really get in there. You want to create like a big fat blob in there because you want it to stay. So same thing, real slow. Here's another big hole. So I'm going to squirt it in here really, really good. Squirt it really good. And then this is a little thinner here, so you don't have to do it as super great. So what a lot of guys do is they tell you, guys, you don't touch it with your fingers, it'll put bacteria in it, whatever. Just take your finger, smear it in here really good like this. You want to get it all the way in there. You want it in there. And you can put on gloves to do it. I'm like a kid sometimes. I like to play in things. So then you just pack it in, pack it in, pack it in, pack it in. Take a little excess with your finger, pack it back in. You just kind of keep forcing it in, forcing it in, forcing it in. Okay, let me get my sponge now. So you just get a sponge, it's a grout sponge, bucket of water, and now you just come back and you just start wiping it. You don't have to be perfect on the first wipe. You're just trying to get off the stuff you kind of got everywhere. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just kind of gently just wiping up and down, wiping off the excess. Rinse it out. After a while, it gets real, full of the junk. You want to always wring all the water out, though. You don't want a lot of water, and you want it as damp as you can. And then when you get a fresh one, come back. Just start wiping it out of the grout around it. Wipe away all the excess around the edge here, real gently. And as you see, I'm starting to create a nice bead. You can see it looks real natural. It's not all big and huge and sticking all over the edge everywhere. Caulking's designed to fill the hole. You wipe away the excess. See how I created the seam between the edge of the tile and the next tile? What most people do is they overlap it and they make it too big. That'll peel right away, water will get behind it, it'll start to mold. So you can see, and then you just kind of keep manipulating it, and you force it in the crack, see? You fill the hole, wipe away the excess. Slide back in. So then you just gotta keep rinsing this though, and then we'll just work our way to the bottom. And I promise you, this is the easiest way by far to do this. Anybody could do this. You just keep kind of wiping down, wipe the excess. This is a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me rinse my sponge here. So remember, just like anything, when you paint, stuff like that, preparation's important. So make sure if you're caulking an area that's already been here for a while and it's moldy and you gotta make sure you clean it real good. And get all the preparation good, cut out all the old caulking. And then when you come to corners, you gotta use your finger to manipulate it. So it's hard to wipe it with a sponge, so you wanna kinda just take your finger and kinda create the grout joint here. And then when you wipe it, you just kinda feather it away, feather it away. Shove it in here and just kinda feather away. Use your finger, keep making it with your finger. That's the key to it. Let me get a dip here. Alright, fresh sponge again, so come up to a clean area, just wipe down. You just want to keep wiping. Eventually you'll wipe all the excess away. You just keep working it in like this. Remember, wipe it off the grout. You don't want it to overlap here because it'll get moldy, so you need to wipe it from all these areas. You want it just in the crack. Remember that, nowhere else. If it's overlapped anywhere else, make sure you wipe it out. So you just kind of come up to it and do it this way, see? It's real straightforward. So you can just manipulate this corner. Once again, use your finger. There you go, makes it nice and clean when you use your finger. Down with this, so it'll odd area there. So you can see it's starting to come together. Now I'm just going to do one more rough wipe. And what you could do is, say you do this and it sinks, or some of these bigger holes start to fall through, and then you just come back and do another quick one right over it, and then it'll really stay. So as you can see, that's a real quick way to caulk. I think anybody could do it. The reasons why, like I said, I just think a lot of guys make it too complicated, and I think that's like the easiest way. It's almost kind of fun. So once again, we're gonna come over to this wall. Same thing. This one doesn't have any big holes really at all, except start probably down here at the bottom. So I'm gonna really pack it in this hole here. Pack it in, and then the rest is pretty straightforward coming up here. It's real thin, so I'm just gonna take this from here, keep pulling it up. Same thing, you just wanna pack it in, just like the other side we did there. And you can see there's not much of a hole here, but you can see how nice and clean it makes it look. So basically they designed this stuff to go where two areas meet. When grout's in the corner, any type of movement, it's always gonna break where two things meet. So that's why we caulk all the edges where everything meets. That's the purpose of it. That's why the caulking was basically designed with that in mind, especially this particular one. Like I said, it says ceramic tile caulking right on it. All right. So we got this sucker done here. I got a lot of extra, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead across here and just keep going with it. I guarantee you the people that make this stuff don't even know how to wipe it like I do. I've never actually seen how they showed people to do it. This is the way we came up with it. The best way, fastest way. Like I said, I feel like this is pretty fast, pretty efficient. And like I said, I'd like you guys to know how to do it. It's not a secret. Everybody wants to make everything a secret. Ooh, I can't tell anybody how I do it. All right, so you don't want this stuff to dry on you. It sets up pretty fast, so I'm gonna keep wiping here. You just do small sections like I did, one wall at a time. That way it doesn't get out of control, you don't flip out. But it's just one of these things, once you start, don't walk away until you got it wiped, till you got it wiped to how you like it. Same thing, so I just start at the top, just kind of work my way down. Just wipe, 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 and then I'm going to get a fresh clean sponge. Same thing, come back up here, wipe, wipe, wipe. You can see it's still overlapped here, so you gotta come up here, hit all the little grout around it here, wipe it out, then you come back and pack it in there real good. See that? See how it looks nice, like the thickness of a grout joint? That's what you want. It doesn't look fake, it's not so fat and look fatter than the rest where it draws your attention. That makes it look real clean and neat. And I promise this will last way longer than the other, when people just blob it on. This is less likely for water to get behind it. This will hold up for a while. So that's why I wanted to share this info with you people out there. If you like this information, you have any comments, leave them down below regarding your particular project you're working on. You should subscribe, like us. I'm constantly dropping videos, just showing knowledge of, just all this type of particular, tile industry and restoration industry, period.